Hello everyone, Mega Manager Gamer here, and today we are playing F1 Manager 24 for the Imola Grand Prix. We're going for 17th or higher with Iwasa and 18th or higher with Gio.
After returning to the Formula One calendar in 2020, Imola is now home to the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. This historic track's original outline might remain, but updates to the circuit ensure that racing here feels just as exciting in modern times.
Red Bull have outscored their rivals to be at the top of the constructors' table right now. But all the teams are fighting hard and there's everything to play for.
And with that, I think it's time to get started.
Coming back off the back of a 1-2 in a sprint race and a 2-7 in the main race at Miami. Got 100% confidence, 100% knowledge, and 100% track acclimatization. This should be great.
There's tension in the air today, so it must be time for qualifying.
Qualifying at Imola can be a tricky red flag-strewn affair. Teams need to prioritize getting a banker lap in, rather than risk leaving it too late and having to settle for a subpar time.
And of course, there's the Williams driver. Karun, how do you think they'll fare today?
It hasn't been a great showing from the team's drivers so far. Neither will want to be left behind, and I'm sure they'll both be looking to pull ahead today.
Fortunately for us, it's nearly time for them to hit the track.
Right, just starting Q1 then. Both cars, well, Iwasa starting his flying lap. Gio's quite a way behind, I'd say like a whole sector behind. And Iwasa is doing quite good through this high-speed section of the racetrack. It was quite good. We were quite good in the high-speed sections of Miami. It's a green for Iwasa, but obviously it is. It's the first lap of Q1. 12 minutes, or 11 minutes and 20 seconds to go in the session. Coming through the right-left. By the way, there was a Creator Series race here not long ago. It's a banging little race. And the most recent Creator Series race was a banging little race. And up towards the line, Iwasa goes P4. 1.3 off the car in front. That was not the memo I gave to him in the team principal office. Anyway, Gio comes across the line and it's... Jesus Christ, we got a lot of work to do. I thought this was going to be a good one. It turns out I'm wrong. Iwasa goes up to 14th and Gio goes up to P21. So that means that Gio actually does do another lap and gets to P18, but we are P16 and P18. Gio is knocked out in Q1. Coming into Q2 then, this might be the first time all season long that we've had a driver knocked out before the final stage of, before the final stage of qualifying. We have had a driver knocked out. Iwasa has gone purple for the time being, but he is the only one on a lap. The other 3 cars on the map are on out laps, and everybody else is in the pits. This isn't going to be a case in Miami. We are going to have to do some proper qualifying. It's not just going to be that everyone sits in the garage for half an hour. We do have to qualify. We're going to come round the final corner for Iwasa and up towards the line. What's it going to be? He goes top with a 12.5, which is a second off Verstappen, but then Verstappen's 7 tenths in front of Leclerc, so that's not a bad lap. We've gone straight out again on our fresh set of tyres because I believe there's less chance of getting blocked in the middle part of the session than there is at the start or the end. So now we've gone out on our fresh set of tyres. It's yellow in the first sector. That is not good enough from Iwasa. We need to be in front of Ricciardo at least by the end of this lap. And Alonso slotted in between Leclerc and Verstappen. Our tyres are not overheating, so I don't see the reason why on fresh tyres we're not improving, but we're going to go up towards the line and it's going to be P7 still, and by the end of the session that transverses to P11, and with Hamilton still to do a lap, Russell still to do a lap, and we're on a used set of tyres again, and we've been blocked by McLaren. I think that is our session over, and we are going to be knocked out with both cars before Q3, which might be the first time since like Saudi Arabia or something like that. And now we have a Red Bull overtaking us on our flying lap just to add salt to the wound, or whatever it is, the saying. Qualify P13 in the end, so not terrible, but still not great. But hopefully the race is where we score
Not long
points.
until we get going here in Italy with 63 laps of hard-fought motor racing.
Imola can really reward consistency, as Nigel Mansell showed here in 1992 when he became the first driver to ever win the opening 5 Grand Prix of a season.
This is an old-school track with plenty of elevation changes and lots of corners. There's only one DRS zone here though, and it follows the long straight right before Tamburello and should see plenty of action. The excitement is building, there's electricity in the air, but there's no surprise in that, it's race day. The anticipation is really building here. The fans in attendance are absolutely buzzing with excitement.
This race sees them start in P22, and that's an awful lot of cars to have to get through.
And it looks like we're good to go. The crowd are on their feet in anticipation of this, the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. And it's lights out and away we go.
And indeed it is lights out and away we go. If you are enjoying this video, please do like and subscribe for the race start and more F1 Manager videos in the future. They're currently only once a week, but I might start making them twice a week. Iwasa gets up 2 places on the first lap, up to 11th. And here we have a video of Porsche overtaking Giovinazzi, who's fallen down to, well, 17th, I think. Yeah, it will be 17th in a minute. Iwasa overtakes Sonoda and up to P10.
I lost drive or something.
Losing drive is more than a minor issue, but fair play. Iwasa now gets overtaken by Ocon, and then on lap 10 he re-overtakes Ocon. Was a bit scared to go for that, but he does do it in the end. And Gio has been overtaken by Hamilton, and he's going to try and get Porsche. I wanted him to follow Hamilton, but he's not done so, and he's actually lost DRS to Porsche as Iwasa gets overtaken by Ocon, and then Iwasa makes a send and a half on Ocon, but it doesn't quite work out, and Gio gets overtaken by Magnussen. Was that? No, that was Ricciardo overtaking Iwasa, as we're drastically falling back now, and Joe overtakes Iwasa. Gio overtakes Magnussen, and it's his pit lap for hards, and Iwasa, I think that was being overtaken. Hamilton overtakes Iwasa. Yep, Iwasa down to 15th. Gio comes into the pits. Very nice and quick stop. 2.3 seconds, that will do. By the way, if you don't know how to get good pit stops on this game, it's gym training. Focus on gym training. Not car building, not pit stop training. Gym training. Lando Norris's issue seems to be worsening, and Iwasa comes into the pit lane. Hopefully we can get a 2.3, 2.2, something like that, quick stop. And into the pits, onto another set of mediums, 2.281, nice. We should be climbing up the places in the pit stop championship. And he's going to come out in P20. We've got the Mega Gamer F1 cars yet to overtake our own team. And Iwasa's going to send one around the outside. And I'm planning to go back to our own team, by the way, next season for 2026, because that's when everyone's drawn a lot closer with the biggest regulation changes, and with the sugar performance that this team, our team is, Mega Gamer F1 is showing, then we got to go back, because surely they've put tons of research in. And loads of people start to pit. Iwasa and Ricciardo started swapping positions, and Iwasa is now back up to 14th, which is higher than where he was before he pit. He's now up to 14th. And with a dive on Hamilton, going round the outside up to 13th, and puts Hamilton down to 14th. Gio's up to 16th as well. And Charles Leclerc has a mechanical issue, I think that was. Yes, he does. He's developed a small mechanical issue, which we saw for both Ferraris last time out in Miami. And Iwasa goes up to 12th, overtaking Ricciardo around the outside, and he gets the DRS. And then Iwasa goes for Sonoda, I think this is, and up to 11th place. Although we're making a 2-stop, they're all doing conservative 1-stop, but I don't like conservative strategies.
By that point, it was just...
And that's one heck of a lock-up by Valtteri Bottas. Wow. And now we go down the inside of Tsunoda again. We're fighting, we're chopping, we're changing. 4 seconds to the car in front. So there's going to be no chance of getting in DRS to the car in front of Albon. And Gio comes into the pits for his second stop of the day onto the medium compound of tyre. And Iwasa's will be for the hard compound of tyre, I do believe. Into the pits we go. Hopefully it can be a 2.2 second stop. Into the pits. On go the new set. 2.2 second stop. That's good. Both drivers now have a 2.2 second stop, which means you should be quite high in the pit stop championship. By the way, let me know on this video if you want to see Planet Coaster videos on this channel. So I have the original one and it would be quite nice because it is a manager style game. So we'll probably play that at some point on here. Anyway, Iwasa comes into the pits. Into the pits he goes. And on go the fresh set of tyres. It's a very, very slow start. 4.4 seconds. That's 2.2 second delay. So that's double the time it normally takes. So we're going to be out most probably behind Sargent now. And that is going to be quite bad for our race.
Well, yeah, right. It certainly looks like...
No, Sargent is still behind us, so that's not lost us too much. And here's Ricciardo and Tsunoda. And there goes Iwasa and Gio up a couple of places. Hamilton's got reliability issues, so both Ferraris in the last 2 races have had reliability issues. There's Gio using a lapped car of Leclerc to overtake Porsche. Oh, sorry, the lap car of Leclerc, as in he's the one that's lapping us, not the one that's getting lapped. And Max Verstappen, Wass is trying to unlap himself from Max Verstappen. And the two do touch and go off track a little bit. But that's just because Max didn't want to give him any room. And here's Gio overtaking, is that Magnussen or Sargent? Using the lapped car of, is that McLaren in front? Or it might have been Leclerc still, most probably Leclerc still. Because he has got decent pace to keep up with the Ferrari, which is a shame. And here's Iwasa fighting Tsunoda or Ricciardo, going swooping clean around the outside. And we finish the race P13, and it looks like it's going to be P16 as well. Not a very interesting one, I understand from you viewers' point, but it's one of those. We would do a reality check at some point, especially after such a high Miami. But we've got some parts coming on. Not for Monaco, but the race after Monaco have some new car parts. So the race after Monaco is that. Canada, yes it is. We'll have some new parts on Canada.
And with a 13th place finish, that sadly means there's no points to be claimed.
And Carlos Sainz heading up to the podium now, the Spaniard adding another to his record.
And that's win number 1 of the season, and it's sure to provide them with a real confidence boost.
Well, Formula One certainly feels at home in Italy, and it looks like those 3 feel right at home too. Now, Karun, I'd be really keen to know, how do you think the Haas team will be reflecting on today's result?
They did okay today, I'd say. I mean, we're talking about such a competitive field, and all things considered, the drivers did all right.
And that's about it for our time here in Imola.
For the next Grand Prix, make sure you join us at the renowned city circuit of Monaco. Prepare yourselves for one of the most legendary rounds of the season.
Well, Carlos Sainz takes the win from Verstappen, Alonso, Piastri, Russell, Leclerc, Ocon, Bottas, Hamilton and Norris. Decent points haul for Aston Martin of 10 points, which should make us scared in the championship. And George Russell and Iwasa are now tied on points. And I forgot to mention the entire time, this was Gio's home race. So what a dismal home race he had. We got 3rd and 4th in the pit stop championship, which gets us very close to Mercedes and a bit closer to Red Bull, and our pit stop was only a 10th off best today. Now we've got some research complete for the underfloor, and we install a new chassis on one of the cars. We design something, get rear wing research, and we do some more research. Make sure to like and subscribe. A lot of exciting things coming for Haas, and I'll see you all next time for the Monaco Grand Prix. Goodbye.